much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the obvious answers mean nothing and the obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. And now, first, we welcome David and Oliver. You're our first pair on the show. How do you two know each other?
We met at work a couple of years ago. Dave's the office joker.
And Ollie's the good-looking one.
Oh, too kind, too kind.
Where do you work together?
We work for a bank.
A bank.
Ha bank.
Well, a
bank. A bank, I see.
Don't boo anyone.
You work for a bank?
We are not fat cats.
Boo. What would you like to see come up this afternoon, David? What would be a good category for you?
Sport's probably my best category. I think I can probably hold me on most sports, especially football. I'm not too bad on geography either, particularly American states. Maybe something like that would be good.
OK, Oliver, how about you?
Yeah, sports. We've done a bit of revision on sports, haven't we?
Yeah.
Geography, maybe food and drink.
Very good. Well, fingers crossed. Great to have you on the show. Welcome to Pointless. And next we welcome Chris and Gaz. Now, how do you two know each other?
Yeah, hi, Alexander. I've known Gary for about 8 years now. We both work together as postmen in Guildford.
I'm the joker.
He thinks he's a joker. We wind each other up all the time.
Are you on the same delivery?
No.
We're in the same office.
Same office,
Same
but
delivery
different
office.
areas.
Yeah, but we have a lot of fun in there together.
Who delivers to the posher area?
I do.
I do.
No, I do.
I do.
No, you don't. He doesn't. I do.
He thinks he does.
I do. I do.
Dear, oh dear. But when you're not doing all that, what do you like to do, Chris?
I like the gym. I like travel. I like doing pub quizzes.
Very good. Gaz, what do you like to do?
I'm a referee. I referee like local football. Listen to music. Cook for the girlfriend. This and that.
What's your favourite kind of cooking?
Anything.
Anything.
Enjoy cooking anything.
Does she enjoy eating anything?
Chips.
Occasionally.
Chips.
Well, it's great to have you on the show. Very best of luck to the pair of you. Next, we welcome Elaine and Jan. Now, how do you two know each other?
Well, Elaine and I have known each other for 51 years, and we met on our very first day at infant school.
And I got stuck on the slide because I don't like heights.
And I rescued her.
Oh, Jan.
And we've been friends ever since, and we've never had an argument.
Never had an argument
until
today.
Until today.
That's fantastic. So, have you quizzed together before?
We have, yes.
Successfully?
We have.
Very good. Now, what are your specialist subjects, Elaine? What would you like to see come up?
Well, I'm an accountant, so I'd like a tax round.
Finally.
Or politics.
OK, good. First time I think we've ever had those requested.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Jan,
probably the last.
how about you?
And I wouldn't. Well, I should like geography or music of the 60s and 70s or food and drink.
Very good. Well, very best of luck to the pair of you. It's brilliant having you on the show.
Thank you.
And finally, we welcome back Sina and Michael. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach the Pointless final, and this is your last chance. Remind us how you did.
Well, I lucked out a little bit. For some reason, I didn't associate the thin blue line as being police terminology. It was the name of a show, and I got it wrong, basically. I was rubbish.
You got it very wrong.
It wasn't rubbish. It was just a very high score.
Yeah.
Through no fault of your own, Sina. Michael, what would you like to see come up this afternoon? What's going to give you a chance to get through to the final?
Anything on comic books would be great.
We found out last time you're a chef, so any food and drink, obviously, would be good.
No, I don't want
Really?
No, because I've got every chance of making myself look completely stupid on camera. If anything comes up and I go, no, don't know it. And so I don't want to ever put myself in that position. Oh, hang on. I
have. Sina, what would you like to see come up this afternoon?
I'd like the history of plasticine or, like, Belgian jazz.
We've just done the history of plasticine, so that's unlikely to come back.
Damn it.
Belgian jazz, though.
Yeah.
You know what? Finally, contestants after my own heart. This is all gold. Thank you.
Very good. Well, welcome back to the pair of you. It's brilliant having you back on the show. Best of luck. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There's only one person left for me to introduce. They say an army marches on its stomach. This man marches on his brain. He's my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hiya. Hiya. Good afternoon to you. What a bunch we have today. I would say you'll be delighted that round 1 is tax breaks on Belgian jazz. We've only got one returning pair, that's Sina and Michael, unlucky last time, so we haven't really seen much of anybody here. I think if Elaine and Jan have not had a row for 51 years, We should genuinely make it our business to get them to have a row at some point during the show today, should we not?
Not gonna happen.
We should get Chris and Gaz to make up, because they're bickering.
No, we're fine.
And we should get Elaine and Jan to have a massive falling out.
Very good indeed. Well, what an exciting 45 minutes of quizzing we have for you. Elaine and Jan falling out. And Chris and Gaz, I don't quite know what we're going to make you do, but something.
Trouble.
Trouble. OK, now we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers they didn't get. To stay in the game with a chance to win our jackpot, all our players need to do is score as few points as they can, but what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at £4,500. Right, let's play Pointless. In the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. If anyone gives me an incorrect answer, they will score the maximum of 100 points, so try and avoid those if you can. OK, in this first round, we're going to show you two related question categories. The first category will be played on the first pass, going up the line. The second category will be played on the second pass, coming back down. As always, it's crucial to decide who goes first and who goes second. OK, so let's reveal those two categories. We have got Welsh actors and Welsh divas. Welsh actors going up the line, Welsh divas coming back down. Can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second?
Your singers and actors.
And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so our first category going up the line is Welsh actors. Let's find out what the question for that category is. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Christian Bale films as they could. I didn't know he's Welsh.
Christian Bale, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, we're looking for any feature film made for cinema release for which Welsh-born actor Christian Bale has received an acting credit. As always, short films, TV films, documentaries don't count, but voice performances do, and that's up to May 2011. Very best of luck.
OK, now, David and Oliver, you all drew lots before the show, and this afternoon you get to go first. So, Oliver, the most obscure Christian Bale film you can think of?
The one that's kind of jumping out to me at the moment is Psycho.
Psycho.
American
OK.
Psycho, is it? I don't know. I think I'm getting myself confused now. Yeah, let's just stick with Psycho.
Psycho. You're hoping to score as few points as possible. You're hoping Psycho is right. Good luck. Let's see if Psycho's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Psycho. Unfortunately, that is an incorrect answer, Oliver, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. I'm sorry. Richard.
Yeah, sorry, Oliver. There was a remake recently of Psycho where Christian Bale wasn't in it, though, I'm afraid.
Now then, Chris. We are looking for Christian Bale films.
Well, I'm not a Christian Bale fan by any measure.
Don't let him know that.
I think I've got a feeling he was in one of the Batman films, but I've just got to try and think of which one it was. I'm going to go, and I don't know if I'm right, Batman and Robin.
OK, you're hoping to score as few points as possible. Batman and Robin, says Chris. Is it right? And if it is, how many people said Batman and Robin? Well, I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you join Oliver on 100 points. Bad luck, Chris. Richard.
Yeah, it's going very well, isn't
it?
It really is. Jenny, I hope Christian Bale's not watching at home because he does have a fiery temper. He might drive straight up here. Please, the others, just get a Christian Bale film. Come on.
Anyway. Elaine.
Hello.
Christian Bale films. That's what we're looking for.
Right.
The more obscure, the better.
I've got two that I've got in mind, and I don't know whether to go for a safe one or a risky one. So I'm going to go for the safe one, Empire of the Sun.
You're hoping to score as few points as possible with this answer. You're saying Empire of the Sun. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Empire of the Sun. It's right. That's a very, very good score. 13 for Empire of the Sun. Richard?
Yeah, very well played, Elaine. That should cheer Christian Bale up. From 1987, yeah, he was a child star in that one. It was his first big role.
And Michael, you're the last person to have this category. Christian Bale films.
I'm going to say The Machinist. I think he lost loads and loads and loads of weight for it, like an unbelievable amount of weight.
OK, you're hoping to score as few points as possible with The Machinist. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said The Machinist. Very well done. 8. The best score of the pass. Very well done, Michael. 8 points for The Machinist.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Michael, from 2005, and he lost nearly 4 stone. Very good round, though. There's a whole bunch of pointless answers out there. Now, I know some people at home would have got these, so let's take a look at some of them. A Midsummer Night's Dream, he was Demetrius in that. Harsh Times. I'm Not There, the Bob Dylan film. All of those were pointless. Pocahontas, he was a voice in that. Michael Mann's Public Enemies, he played an FBI agent. He was in the remake of Shaft. All of those pointless. The New World, the brilliant Prestige, that's a wonderful film. That was pointless. And Velvet Goldmine with Ewan McGregor. All of those pointless films. Very well done if you got any of those.
What were the high-scoring films, Richard?
These are the ones that the most of our 100 people said. Let's take a look at them. American Psycho. American Psycho. Not Psycho, I'm afraid.
So close.
That would have scored you 13 points. Would have been a good answer. Batman Begins. Batman Begins, Chris, sorry. Not Batman and Robin. That would have scored you 17. And The Dark Knight as well. It's his other Batman movie. It would have scored you 18. He's doing more of those as well. So tough luck on the first 2 podiums and well played on the second 2.
OK, well, thanks very much, Richard. We're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores. Michael and Sina, the best score of the pass, 8 there. Then up a few to Elaine and Jan on 13. And then way up to Oliver and David and Chris and Gaz on 100. So, yes, between you, David and Gaz, you're going to have to fight this one out to see who stays with us and who leaves us at the end of the round. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, now remember, for the second pass, the category is Welsh divas. Welsh divas. So let's see what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Shirley Bassey UK top 40 singles as they could.
Yeah, we're looking for any single released by the Welsh-born singer Shirley Bassey, which has entered the UK charts prior to April 2011. If it's a double A-side, we'll accept either answer. So it's any single released by Shirley Bassey or which had her as a featured named artist, please.
OK, thank you very much. Now, Sina, what do you think of that?
I've got a few in my head. I shall go for History Repeating with the Propeller Heads.
History Repeating with the Propeller Heads.
Yeah.
OK, there's your red line. If you come down below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see if History Repeating is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. History Repeating. It's right, and you're through. Oh, that's a fantastic answer, Sina. Very well done, you. 3 for that takes your total up to 11. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Sina. From 1997, it was her first top 40 hit for nearly 25 years. Guest vocalist with the Propeller Heads, as you say.
Now then, Jan, the high scores remain David and Oliver and Gaz and Chris on 100. You're on 13. 86 or less is enough to get you through to the next round.
Well, I should go for one from the first 25 years, and I'm going to go for Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds Are Forever. Now, did you choose Welsh divas, or did Elaine choose Welsh actors?
I choose Welsh divas.
Very good. But you are saying Diamonds Are Forever. There is your red line. If you get below that red line, you're through to the next round. Let's see if it's right and how many people said Diamonds Are Forever. Very well done. You're through. 41. 41. Richard.
Yeah, well done, Jan. Very well played. Do you want to have a guess where that got to in the charts, Diamonds Are Forever?
Number 7.
Number 38. Number 38. One of the most famous singers of all time, probably. Number 38 it was.
OK, now then, this is where the fun starts. Gaz and David. You're going to have to jockey it out to see who stays with us and who gets that early train home. Gaz.
I haven't got a clue. The one I was going to go for has just been said. So I've no idea. Just go for something that I know is not right. Pussycat, Pussycat. I haven't got a clue.
Do you think you chose the wrong category here?
Yes.
Should you have put Chris onto Welsh divas?
Yes.
And you
I
could have taken
didn't know
Welsh
any
actors?
Christian Bale either, so either way.
OK. You are saying pussycat, pussycat. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. There's no red line for you, I'm afraid. You're the high scorers. Much as you suspected, that is an incorrect answer, Gaz, I'm afraid, which means you scored a maximum of 100 points. Bad luck. Richard?
Yeah, it's What's New Pussycat, hit for Tom Jones.
Thanks very much, Gaz and Chris, joining our illustrious 200 club there. David?
I wish we'd gone the other way around now. But I only knew 2 Shirley Bassey songs, and one of them's Gone It Down As a Forever. No, I think she had 2 or 3 Bond themes. I was assuming the one I'm going to say was going to go, so I was trying to think of what other Bond themes she'd done. But I'm sure she did Hey Big Spender.
Hey
or just
Big
Spender, maybe Hey in brackets. I don't know, I'll leave that to your discretion.
The high scorers at the moment are Gaz and Chris on 200. That means you have to score 99 or less to get through to the next round. Here's your red line, just to let you know what 99 or less looks like. Hey Big Spender, is it right? How many people said it? Very well done, David. Fantastic. 37 for Hey Big Spender. That'll do the job. Takes your total up to 137. Richard?
Yeah, Hey Big Spender or Big Spender wasn't a top 20 hit, actually. It's number 21 in 1967. There's a bunch of pointless answers. Let's take a look at some of them. I know there'll be some big Shirley Bassey fans out there. Ave Maria and Far Away, both from 1962, there are pointless answers. Top 10 from the 70s, for all we know, that was pointless. I'll Get By, another top 10 that's pointless. My Special Dream, pointless answer. Reach for the Stars, which was a #1 single, actually, with Climb Every Mountain. It's the last #1 single she had, 1961. She hasn't had a #1 single for 50 years. Mind you, neither have I, so... The Living Tree, that was her most recent single. What Now, My Love, and You'll Never Know. All those pointless answers. Very well done if you said any of those.
What about the big answers there, Richard?
Let's take a look at the top 3, the ones that most people said. We've already heard a couple of them, actually. David gave us Big Spender for 37. Jan gave us Diamonds Are Forever, 41. And the biggest one of all is Goldfinger, which would have scored you 60.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score, Chris and Gaz, I'm sorry to say. Oh dear, Christian Bale, Shirley Bassey. 2 black holes in your otherwise immaculate pointless knowledge. However, the good news is we will see you again next time, when I'm sure you'll come back and storm it through to the final. Thanks very much, Chris and Gaz. Great contestants. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, there's only room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, so one of the teams in front of me now will be leaving at the end of this round. Our category for round 2 is tourism. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, our round 2 question concerns American attractions and their cities. American attractions and their cities, Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you a list of American attractions or areas. We're going to show you 6 on each pass. We asked 100 people to tell us the cities that these attractions are in or nearest to. If you give us a nice obscure answer, you're going to score fewer points. If you give us a wrong answer, though, you're going to score 100 points. There are 12 attractions or areas in all, so 12 cities to guess at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So we are looking for the American cities in which these attractions are found. And we have got Graceland, Caesar's Palace, Mormon Tabernacle, Alcatraz, Motown Historical Museum, and the Tomb of Martin Luther King. I'll read those all one more time. Graceland, Caesar's Palace, Mormon Tabernacle, Alcatraz, Motown Historical Museum, and the Tomb of Martin Luther King. There they are. David, have you been to America?
I have, but I went to Florida when I was about 12, and I don't think any of those were there. So I will go for Alcatraz, and I'm not sure on this one, it's a bit of a guess, and I'll say San Francisco.
OK, you are saying San Francisco for Alcatraz. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that. San Francisco for Alcatraz. It's right. 37. 37, that's not a bad score. Richard?
Yeah, well done. Served as a prison for 29 years. Only 14 recorded escape attempts, and none of them successful. Although 5 people are missing, but presumed drowned. And on a lighter note, Alcatraz means pelican in Spanish. Pelican!
Pelicans. OK, Elaine?
Right.
Elaine, have you been to any of these tourist attractions?
I've been to America.
That is a tourist attraction in many ways.
I can't say I've been to any of those, but I think I'm going to take a gamble on this one. And I'm going to go for Mormon Tabernacle, and I'm going to say Salt Lake City.
Mormon Tabernacle, you're saying Salt Lake City. Sounds like a reasonable guess to me. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Salt Lake City for Mormon Tabernacle. It is right. That's a great score, Elaine. Very well done.
Yeah, well done, Elaine. Took 12 years to build. It was finished in 1875, which makes it the second oldest thing in America. Not really.
Not really. Michael, you're the last person to have this list of 6 attractions, so why not take us through the 4 that remain and see if you can fill in the blanks?
I'm embarrassed to say that I don't know where the tomb of Martin Luther King is. I have known and it's gone completely, but the other 3 I know, and of the 3, I'm sure...
You can go through them all if you like.
Oh, well, Graceland is obviously Memphis. Yeah, that's right. Caesar's Palace would be Las Vegas. And I think I'm going to go for Motown, which would be Detroit, I think.
Detroit sounds good. Nods from the assembled company. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Detroit for the Motown Museum. It's right. Once again, Michael and Sina getting the best score of the pass. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Michael. Very good answer. Detroit, obviously, home of Motown, and the museum is actually based in their original building, the Hitsville building. Let's take a look at the rest of the answers. Michael's taken us through most of them. Caesar's Palace, absolutely, it's Las Vegas. Would have scored you 65. Graceland is Memphis, as you say. 22. Yeah, the top one there, the tomb of Martin Luther King, I'm sure you do know it. It's Atlanta. Atlanta. It's the best answer on the board. Would have scored you 5 points, so well done if you said that.
OK, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at those scores. Michael and Sina on 7, up a little bit to Elaine and Jan, then up quite a lot to David and Oliver. So yes, once again, Oliver, the pressure is on your team.
Certainly is.
You're going to have to try and find a really good obscure answer on your pass. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more attractions on the board. This is how Elvis Costello picked his backing band. And we have got the Lincoln Memorial, Venice Beach, Liberty Bell, Madison Square Gardens, John Hancock Centre and Heinz Hall. Read those again. The Lincoln Memorial, Venice Beach, Liberty Bell, Madison Square Gardens, John Hancock Centre and Heinz Hall. Remember, we are looking for the US cities in which you would find these tourist attractions, and you obviously are trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now, Sina.
This is so shocking in that I don't actually know any of them, like, not one.
Did you know all of the last board?
No, I didn't know those either, so this is good.
Oh, Michael.
I'm going to go for Liberty Bell being in Washington because I think Lisa Simpson goes there in an episode of The Simpsons. I think. I don't know.
OK. Liberty Bell, Washington, says Sina. There's your red line.
Oh, this is so harsh.
It's very hard.
This is so harsh. Okay.
Below that red line, you're through to the head-to-head. Let's see, is the Liberty Bell in Washington? If it is, how many people said it?
Oh.
Sina, unfortunately, very much against the grain. That is an incorrect answer, I'm afraid to say, which scores you the maximum of 100 points, takes your total up to 107. Richard.
Yeah, sorry, Sina. I was trying to read the expression on Michael's face. It was slightly long-suffering, but also rather adoring as well.
Oh, thank you.
Don't you think? I won't give you the answer just in case Jan or Oliver want to have a go at the same one.
OK, now then, Jan. Remember, we're looking for the American cities in which you'd find these tourist attractions. The high scorers are now Sina and Michael on 107. You're on 15, so 91 or less is enough to get you through to the head-to-head.
OK, well, I would have actually given the same answer as Sina because I thought the Liberty Bell was in Washington as well. But I'm not going to go for that one. I think I'm going to play it a little bit safer than that. I think I know 2 of them, but I'm going to go for the one I'm definite about, which is Venice Beach being in Los Angeles.
Venice Beach, Los Angeles, you're saying? Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Venice Beach, LA. There's your red line. Below that red line, you are through to the head-to-head. Very well done. $16 takes your score up to 31. Very well done.
Yeah, very good answer. Famous from countless films and videos and all sorts of things. Venice Beach.
And Baywatch.
And Baywatch. And Muscle Beach is part of Venice Beach as well.
Now then, Oliver. You're on 37. The high score is on 107 as Sina and Michael. If you can score 69 or less, you are through to the head-to-head. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Madison Square Gardens is in New York. I'm thinking the Lincoln Memorial might be in Washington. And I'm thinking, I don't know the rest. We'll go with the I fear Madison Square Gardens might score quite highly, so we'll go with the Lincoln Memorial in Washington.
Lincoln Memorial, Washington, you're saying. OK, here's your red line. Below that, head-to-head. Let's see if that's right. Lincoln Memorial, Washington. How many people said it? It's right. And you are through. That scores you 42. That's good enough. Takes your total up to 79. Richard.
Yeah, the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, built for Abraham Lincoln, of course. And Sina, that's what Lisa Simpson went to visit in that episode. She went to visit the Lincoln Memorial. That was too busy, so he had to make do with something else. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Liberty Bell, so not in Washington, it's in Philadelphia. The Liberty Bell would have scored 7 points. Madison Square Gardens, let's take a look at that. You're absolutely right, it's in New York. Would have scored you 75 points, so went for the right one. John Hancock Center is in Chicago, would have scored you 6. And Heinz Hall is in Pittsburgh, home of the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra, would have scored 5 points. Best answer on the board there.
Thank you very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm so sorry, Sina and Michael.
Well, I'm gutted. If we'd have got to the head-to-head, Mike was going to take me to watch The Lion King at the theatre. So we're not going now.
And now you're out in the second round, it's going to be We Will Rock You. But there we are. Sina and Michael, I'm afraid we say goodbye, but thank you so much for playing. You've been brilliant, brilliant contestants. Thank you. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Very well done, Elaine and Jan, David and Oliver. You'd made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £4,500. Now, for each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, but you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair, and you will win that question. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for today's jackpot. Let's play Pointless. OK, here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Olympic sports played on a court as they could. Olympic sports played on a court, Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any Olympic sport to be included in the 2012 Summer Games that's played on what's known in English as a court. There are 5 sports in the 2012 Olympics played on a court.
Now, Elaine and Jan, because you played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first. Olympic sports played on a court. OK, looks like we've arrived at an answer. Elaine and Jan, what are you going to say?
Basketball.
Basketball. OK, basketball. David and Oliver. You can talk us through the others if you like.
We thought tennis, tennis, squash, badminton, basketball, but
volleyball.
We're going to go with volleyball, I think.
Volleyball.
Yeah, we'll go volleyball.
OK, you sure about that, David? You're a little bit uncertain.
Well, we're sure now. It's done.
OK, well, you're saying volleyball. We'll find out. We have basketball, we have volleyball. Elaine and Jan said basketball. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Very well done. 42. Volleyball. David and Oliver, let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said volleyball. Is right. Is it going to go lower than basketball? Yes, it is. Look at that, 36. Very well done. That means after one question, David and Oliver are ahead 1-0. Richard.
Both very good answers. There's 5 answers in all. There's one quite obscure one. Well done at home if you said handball, which is massive all over the world, but not so much in the UK. Would have scored you 7 points. There's volleyball, 36, basketball, 42, badminton, 76, and tennis right up the top on 96. So no squash, so lucky you didn't go for that.
OK, thank you very much. Here is your second question, Elaine and Jan. You have to win this question to stay in the game. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many male Oliver characters as they could.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the named male characters in the 1968 film Oliver, other than Oliver Twist himself. To clarify, we're looking for the names of the characters as they appear on the Internet Movie Database list for that 1968 film.
OK, David and Oliver, you get to go first.
Is that classed as a male character?
Do you know what the dog's called?
OK.
I've never seen Oliver, and Oliver's called Oliver, but knows nothing about said film, about his name. But we can only think of one, and we're not even sure if it's in it. And that's The Artful Dodger.
The Artful Dodger, you are saying? Artful Dodger. Elaine and Jan, you can now confer out loud.
Well, there's Fagin and there's Bill Sykes. I've actually seen Oliver about 20 times. But we're going to go for Mr. Bumble.
Mr. Bumble. Oh, very good indeed. So we have the Artful Dodger, we have Mr. Bumble. David and Oliver, Artful Dodger, is it right? How many people said it? Well done. 39. And Elaine and Jan have gone for Mr. Bumble. Let's see if that's right. And how many people said Mr. Bumble? 39 is what it has to beat. Yep, you've done it. Very well done. 11 for Mr. Bumble. That evens up the scores. After 2 questions, you are now 1-all.
Yeah, well played, Jan and Elaine. Mr. Bumble the Beadle, played by Harry Seacombe in the film, of course. Let's take a look at all of them, though. There's a few pointless answers here, so if you know the film well, you may have got Sowerbury, The Undertaker, Mr. Jessup. They were both pointless. Noah Claypole, 1. Dr. Grimwig, 2. Mr. Brownlow, 6. There's Mr. Bumble on 11. Bill Sykes, of course, would have scored you 38. Artful Dodger, 39. And Fagin up the top there on 62. Very well done if you got one of those pointless ones at home.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, here is your third question. This will decide who goes through to the final and who we say goodbye to. OK, here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many countries with 4-letter names as they could. Country with 4-letter names. Richard.
Yeah, looking for any of the 10 countries of the world whose common English name has 4 letters. As always, by country, we mean a sovereign state that's a member of the UN. See if in this time you can get all 10 of those at home.
OK, Elaine and Jan, you go first this time.
OK, we're going to go for Mali.
Mali. OK, thank you very much. Mali. David and Oliver, if you need to do any more conferring, you can do it out loud.
Right, we're thinking we've got Togo.
Fiji.
Fiji, Chad. Oman.
Oman, Peru.
Peru. Now we're struggling.
It's pretty good, though.
We're getting there, yeah.
Go with Oman.
But we'll go with Oman.
Oman.
Oman, you're going to say? OK, so we have Mali and we have Oman. I think this is going to be very, very close indeed. Which is good, because this will decide who goes through to the final. Elaine and Jan have gone with Mali. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Mali. It's right. It's going to be a low score, I think. 15. 15 for Mali. That's a great answer. Is that low enough to beat Oman? What do you think?
No, I think it's likely to be higher than Oman.
I think it's going to be close.
It'll be close.
That's going to be very close indeed, I think. Let's see. Oman. Is it right? How many people said Oman? This will decide who goes through to the final. Well, it's right. Will it go down below 15 then? Down it goes. Yes, you've done it! Very, very well done. Brilliant. David and Oliver. 8 for Oman. That means after 3 questions, Dave and Oliver are through to the final 2-1. Richard?
Yeah, great answers from both teams, great head-to-head in all as well. And guys, in your chat, I think you gave us the best 2 answers, funnily enough. Let's take a look at all of them, see if you've got all 10 of these at home. Put your pens down now. Togo was the best answer of all with just 7 points. Then Oman with 8. Then Laos, I would have scored you 13. There's Mali, 15. Chad, 21. Some of the bigger scorers now. There's Fiji, 22, Cuba, 29, Iraq and Iran there, Iraq with 54 and Iran with 55, and Peru at the top with 57. Very well done if you got all 10.
Thanks very much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid it's Elaine and Jan, but very, very well played. That was a pretty needle match, I'd say, in the head-to-head there.
Very enjoyable. Thank you.
Well, very enjoyable to watch as well. Amazing to see you come right through with complete ease through to the head-to-head. We will look forward to seeing you next time, and I'm sure you'll go even further. But meanwhile, thanks very, very much for playing, Elaine and Jan. Very well done. But for David and Oliver, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win our jackpot of £4,500. Well, congratulations, David and Oliver. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy, so very well done. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £4,500. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. We haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You only have to find one now to go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these 3 options. They are sports films, international politics, UK geography.
Sports films.
I'm thinking, I'm trying to second guess what the question could be. I'm thinking, I don't know why, I think sports films is going to be people who are in escape to victory. I don't know.
Films or geography, simple if it came down to
Sports films?
Yeah.
We'll go sports
films.
Sports films it is. OK, well, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many escape to victory footballers as they could. Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for any of the professional footballers who were credited with appearing in the 1981 film Escape to Victory, please.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £4,500 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Pele was in it. It's Bobby Moore.
Bobby Moore. They're going to be obvious, aren't they?
He was in net.
Stallone was in goal, but he's not a professional footballer.
No.
He quit quite young.
Was there another keeper against the team we played against? It would have been...
There's got to be some British guys in it, I'm sure.
Yeah,
like,
Bobby Moore.
Who
else remember at that time?
What's his name playing for England? Was he in it?
No.
Roger Hunt maybe?
Roger Hunt might have been. Who else was about at that time?
81, did he say?
Yeah, 81.
Roger Hunt, Bobby Moore, Pele, I don't know.
Yeah, get rid of Pele.
Get rid of Pele.
Roger Hunt, Bobby Moore. Need one more.
I'm trying to think who else we can think of.
Think of a keeper.
Ozzy was it?
It might be worth a shout.
What do you reckon?
Ozzy idea.
5 seconds left.
We'll go with it. We'll give it a go.
Ozzy idea, Roger Hunt and
Bobby Moore. Roger Hunt being the best guy.
OK, that's your minute up.
I think so.
OK, we were looking for professional footballers who appeared in the film Escape to Victory. I now need 3 answers from you.
Right, we're not very confident on this.
Not at all.
Unfortunately, Sylvester Stallone wasn't a professional footballer. So we're thinking, we know Bobby Moore was in it, but we doubt very much he's pointless, but we'll go with him.
Bobby Moore.
And we're going to go for 2 that we don't even know were in it, but we're just completely guessing in
Ozzy Ardiles.
Ozzy Ardiles.
Footballer. And Roger Hunt we'll go for as well.
Roger Hunt.
Yeah.
OK, so Bobby Moore, Ozzy Ardiles, Roger Hunt.
In that order.
OK, let's put them up on the board in that order, and here they are. Bobby Moore, Ozzy Ardiles and Roger Hunt. OK, we were looking for the professional footballers who appeared in the film Escape to Victory. You said this was your least confident answer. You only have to find one pointless, remember, to go home with that jackpot, £4,500. Bobby Moore, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Bobby Moore. Well, it's right. I think you knew that. This is your first shot at that jackpot, £4,500. Let's see how far it goes down. If this goes all the way to 0, obviously, 28.
Second only to Pele, I imagine.
Yeah, second only to Pele, I'd have thought. Not a pointless answer, but you have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. £4,500. What would you do with that if you won?
I'm walking the Great Wall of China for charity in October.
How much of it?
Well, not all of it, because work wouldn't give me 6 months off, but we're doing, I think, 100 miles in a week, so I need money for walking shoes and walking sticks and all that gear, so I go towards that, I guess, and spending money when I'm there.
Very good. How about you, Oliver?
I'm getting married next year, so...
Not to each other.
Probably the wedding or honeymoon.
Very
all
good.
goes in the same pot.
Well, very, very best of luck. We are looking for professional footballers who appeared in Escape to Victory. Your next answer was Ozzy Ardiles. This is a complete guess.
Yeah.
OK, well, 28 people said Bobby Moore. Let's see. Ozzy Ardiles. This has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. Let's see if it's right, though, and if it is, let's see how many people said Ozzy Ardiles. It is right. It is right, David. That's the first thing it had to be. Second thing it has to be is pointless. If this goes all the way down to 0, this is your second shot at the jackpot. If it goes all the way down, you leave... Oh. It's a great answer. You'd be very happy with 6 in the normal rounds. 6. So obviously not a pointless answer, but we're moving in the right direction. You have one more chance to win today's jackpot. Now, Roger Hunt. That really was a complete guess.
It was. We were kind of a toss-up between sort of Roger Hunt, maybe Bell or Summerby.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to put a City player up there, to be honest. We'd rather not win than have a City player on the board, so that's why we went for Hunt.
OK, well, we are looking for professional footballers who appeared in Escape to Victory. So this was the answer you are most confident with. If it's right, this has to go all the way down to pointless for you to win that £4,500 jackpot. Roger Hunt. Let's see, is it right? And if it is, how many people said Roger Hunt? Very best of luck. Bad luck. Very bad luck. Unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that vital, pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £4,500, which rolls over onto the next show. But you have been fantastic contestants, and you do, of course, get to take home our pointless trophy, so well done. Oh, Richard.
Yeah, unlucky guys. Roger Hunt a little bit after his time, but Mike Summerby was in the film. If you just said Mike Summerby, would have scored you 1 point. Right up my street, this question, I have to say. A lot of the team, weirdly based on the late 70s, early 80s Ipswich Town team. There's John Walk, Russell Osman, Kevin Beattie, they're all in it. But let's look at the pointless answers. Kazimierz Dana, the Polish captain, he was in it, that was pointless. See, don't say of course to Dana, one of the greatest footballers who ever lived. Played for Man City.
There you go.
Kevin O'Callaghan, the Ipswich winger, he was there. Laurie Civil played the German goalie, his pointless answer. Paul Cooper, the Ipswich goalie, who was Sylvester Stallone's stand-in for the football scenes, he was pointless. Paul Van Himst, the Belgian, he was there. Robin Turner, another Ipswich player, was pointless, as was Soren Lindstad, the Dane. Very, very well done if you've got any of those at home.
Oh dear, bad luck. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, David and Oliver, but it's been brilliant having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing.
Cheers, thanks.
Done brilliant. Nobody's won our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we will be playing for £5,500. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. Bad luck. Bad luck.